Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo are the star men for the F1 team Red Bull Racing. They are at the business end of the team's efforts to win the Formula One World Championship. But behind these two is an army, all working towards this common goal.
The Red Bull Racing team is based in Milton Keynes. Previous teams have been in there as well, and then once it got taken over by Red Bull, of course, it expanded quite a bit. The funny thing as well here is that there are quite a few people who had worked with my dad where he was racing for, the previous team. So it's always good, to have those people around and then telling you stories about my dad walking around in this area as well. And then, of course, there are roughly 800 people making basically 2 cars. So that's quite insane. It's definitely a big operation.
Max's father, Jos Verstappen, was racing for Stewart Grand Prix when he was visiting Milton Keynes, before Jaguar and then Red Bull took on the premises. It's now state-of-the-art, and the 800 employees can all claim a part in the 4 Constructors' Championships, 4 Drivers' titles for Sebastian Vettel, and 53 Grand Prix wins so far.
You have a lot of different compartments here in Red Bull. You have the suspension side, the chassis side, so making all the carbon bits, the gearbox, for example. Then you have the engineers running the car on track. You got the aero guys developing all the new bits also in the wind tunnel, and then they're getting developed here by all the guys who are really good in carbon. It's a bit difficult to remember all the names, but luckily a lot of guys have the name on their shirts, so that's always good.
Still just 19 years of age, Verstappen's technical understanding is a big bonus for the team and ensures that on race weekends he can help get the best out of the hard work of all the machinists, designers, mechanics and engineers back at base.
I come here quite often, so normally before every race weekend I'm one day on the simulator setting the car up for the first practice. I have normally a bit of time to talk to a few people, and outside of that I'm doing things like interviews. So it's actually quite long days, but it's very important for the result on track.